15 minutes in, Uber Anna stops at a petrol bunk. So I get down, I think something, and then I get back up, and तभी I realize Uber Anna is wearing a 3-piece suit. Really? क्या हो रहा है भाई? So, hi guys, can you hear me? Alright. So, I am Adithya. I'm a final year student at this department, and I'll be telling a very short but wholesome story that happened a couple of years back. So the year is 2022 and my father had to undergo an emergency surgery, and for a couple of months I was not in Insti, I was roaming around hospitals in the ER. I was roaming around hospitals in the ER against the OT ward, and post couple months I was finally coming back to Insti. And this is not the wholesome incident, but as much as I was relieved that I was coming back and resuming my Insti life, I was also scared and skeptical about how resuming my Insti life post this incident would be. And sooner than not, as soon as I landed in Chennai Central, I've realized that there are more daunting challenges than dealing with hospitals and doctors, which is finding an Uber Anna who will not charge you much and who will not traumatize you. So I stood there thinking for a couple of seconds and decided I'd prioritize my mental health over my physical safety. So I decided let's give Uber bikes a shot. So I booked an Uber bike, and soon enough, a very pleasant looking Anna comes in 5 minutes, doesn't ask me anything extra, and we jet off. 15 minutes in, Uber Anna stops at a petrol bunk. So I get down, I think something, and then I get back up, and तभी I realize Uber Anna is wearing a 3-piece suit. Really? क्या हो रहा है भाई? So this got me curious. So I got on the bike and I asked him, Anna, why are you wearing a suit for when you're working at Uber? And he tells me, apparently he's a solar panel salesman by the day. So he roams around Chennai and nearby villages selling solar panels. And then in the night, he does Uber. So I'm like, how much do they pay you? And he tells, they pay me 30,000 to 50,000 per month because it's variable pay depending on how much you sell. So tabhi I freaked out because you see, I was a HS student and I was only expecting to earn 30 to 50k in a month. So I was like calculating कि maybe Uber करना है क्या after placements. तो एक casual conversation turned out to be a fun day session. तो मैं पूछ रहा ना भैया which bike should I get if I'm planning to do Uber? How many hours should I do Uber per day? How many commissions do you get? But Bhaiya had EQ. So 10 minutes down the line he told, "Arey don't worry, 30 to 50k is enough to learn a decent living." But he had some financial difficulties, he was in debt. So without remorse he told he's working overnight on Uber to pay off his debts. So अच्छा ठीक है, he's not feeling remorse. So as we were talking, we just got talking and he told me about what he does overnight because he's a nocturnal animal. He works through the day but also works through the night. He was telling me how we'd go to all these theatres at night, which roads he prefers to take by when he's taking customers. And then just like with any good conversation, time just passed by. Anna didn't know English, I didn't know Tamil, but he knows some amount of broken English, so we were bonding over broken English. And soon enough, we were at Insti main gate. And by this time, since we bonded, Anna asked me, where's your hostel? I tell Anna, it's 4 kilometers inside. But ideally, I parked my cycle at Velacheri gate. So I should probably go get there sometime. But Anna is feeling too nice because I asked him about his life. So I said, chalo, I'll drop you inside till Velacheri gate and then you can take a cycle and come back. It's like, theek hai. And we go inside. And in stark contrast to all these Chennai auto wallahs who get a mental breakdown when you ask them to come inside Insti, Anna was like, bhai, amazing roads. You must be having such a great time in Insti. And he started reminiscing how his own childhood he would roam at night and all the good stuff about life. So as much as I was in hospitals and with this pessimistic mindset, I still tried to break him. Don't you think Uber is scamming you? Do they pay enough commissions? But Anna was very stern. He told, if anything, Uber helps me earn a living. So I was like, theek hai. Thoda foolish, maybe optimistic. And he drops me at Velacheri gate, I pay him the money. And it's a wholesome interaction. I go get my cycle. I get it and come back and Anna is still standing there. Except he's turned ulta. And I was like, Anna, what happened? He tells, bhai, they're not allowing me to exit through Velacheri gate because I enter through main gate. You can only use the token at the main gate. Then I was like feeling guilty. I took Anna until here. Now he has no right from Velacheri to main gate. But then Anna had other plans in mind. He clearly saw that I was tired. So he asked me, can you really cycle till your hostel? Come hold my bike. I'm like, what do you mean hold your bike? So बोले कभी नहीं देखा क्या रोड में होता है, put your left arm on my bike and I just pull you. So my right hand was on the cycle, my left hand उसका CBR पर ऐसा था. It's like a semi Superman pose where my upper body was like Superman's flying, but my lower body was on the cycle. And तभी we jet off towards GC. And to be very honest, I was feeling self-conscious. तब BT bus stop आए थे. All the couples were like, what the heck is this guy doing? But then, guy, this is too cool, guys. This random Anna helping me around, feeling, showing empathy was amazing. So we reached till GC, and I tell him, Anna, I need to take a right to go to the hostel zone. So Fast and Furious देखा था, तो ऐसे चल रहा. Anna was going towards GC main gate, I am going towards hostel zone. तो ऐसा Anna asked me while we were parting, where are you from? So I tell, I'm from Vijayawada. I take a pause. And by now, Anna is far away. I'm still moving towards hostel zone. And I ask him, where are you from? And he shouts, Madiguntur! Which, if you know Telugu, or if you don't know Telugu, and if you don't know Andhra geography, is a sister city of Vijayawada. So, for the last 1 hour, we were bonding over our life and over broken English. But it turns out, Anna was also a cult who came to Chennai. And looking back, it was one of those incidents which happened, a right incident that happened at the right time. Coming back from those experiences, I was in a very pessimistic mindset about how everything could go wrong and how fate hasn't treated me kindly. But this wholesome Uber Anna just taught me how to accept fate and deal with it gracefully. So I'll ever thank him for that. And that's the end of my story.